Hi, my name is Patty Cavallaro. I'm thrilled to talk about the country of Peru and dive deep into the country's advantages, disadvantages, and current events that have affected the country. Here's our agenda that will break down throughout the presentation. The country of Peru is located on the South American continent. It's the third largest country in South America, facing the South Pacific Ocean. Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador border it. Peru is a mountainous country. The snow-capped Andes Mountains range covers approximately 40% of the land. Rivers and jungles of the Peruvian Amazon in the east. Additionally, some facts pertaining to Peru's terrain can be found above. Peru offers an abundance of natural resources due to its diverse climate, landscapes, and terrains, which can be seen as a competitive advantage. This includes minerals like copper, silver, gold, zinc, lead, and iron ore, agriculture, potatoes, quinoa, corn in the Andes, and tropical fruits and plants of the rainforest, timber and water resources, natural gas, solar energy, wind energy, and biomass strongly supports Peru's economic development. The visual on the screen explains the magnitude of U.S. currency invested in mining Peru's terrain for resources as of 2022 compared to other countries. Locationally, the country of Peru offers many competitive advantages for the transaction of international business. Not only does Peru have the ability to export its resources to the neighboring countries in South America, its location on the Pacific Ocean coasts allow it to have access to large markets in the United States, China, and Europe. On one hand, Peru contains the most valuable mineral deposits of copper, gold, silver, lead, zinc, and iron, which undoubtedly represent 10% of the GDP. And on the other hand, it can produce an infinite number of agricultural products, making other countries reliant on their location. Peru faces significant societal changes despite its strategic advantages. Ranked number 68 in the 2024 World Happiness Report, its score is heavily influenced by dystopia-related factors. Political unrest following the 2022 presidential arrest has fueled protests and social injustice. According to Transparency International's 2022 Corruption Perceptions Index, Peru ranks 101 out of 180 countries, highlighting corruption as a major issue. Social conflict, including 162 active disputes, 95 in the mining sector, contributing 15% of GDP, and widespread dissatisfaction with democracy further compound harsh living conditions and weak state protections. Peru faces significant economic and industrial challenges. Ranked 101st in Transparency International's 2022 Corruption Perceptions Index, corruption remains a key issue. The mining sector, contributing 15% of GDP, saw 162 active disputes in early 2023, with 95 linked to mining. Additionally, the Peruvian economy faces challenges such as low growth, uncertainties, and the need for more investment. While low labor costs are a positive for export costs to other countries, it hinders the flourishment of Peru itself due to the lack of funding for industrial advancements, technological improvements, etc. Social conflicts and weak governance hinder industrial growth, while widespread dissatisfaction with democracy and harsh living conditions, as highlighted by the World Happiness Report, further impede equitable development. Peru faces environmental challenges, including deforestation, mining, pollution, and climate change. Illegal logging and agriculture threaten the Amazon, which covers 60% of Peru. Mining, a key economic sector, causes soil and water contamination, especially in the Madre de Dios. The Global Climate Risk Index highlights Peru's vulnerability to climate change, with glacier retreat endangering water resources. This poses significant threats to transacting international business with Peru, as the country's natural resources are what makes them favorable amongst other countries. The COVID-19 pandemic had a devastating impact on Peru's economy, with GDP falling by 11% in 2020 and poverty rising to 21.9%, surpassing regional increases. In response, Peru implemented measures such as cash transfers and job programs to support vulnerable households and workers. Since the pandemic, conquering the world in 2020, Peru has finally increased their World Happiness Report score to a 5.8. In previous years, the score fluctuated due to the issue of poverty, job instability, depletion of natural resources, and the devastation of the pandemic. Peru is still maintaining efforts to eliminate dystopia amongst their citizens. The graph above demonstrates the tank in GDP that Peru experienced due to COVID. In conclusion, Peru is a resource-rich country with significant strategic advantages, such as its location on the Pacific coast and abundant mineral and agricultural resources, making it a key player in international trade. However, societal changes like corruption, environmental degradation, social unrest, and lingering economic impacts from the COVID-19 pandemic continue to hinder the progress, demanding sustained efforts to improve governance, infrastructure, and equitable development. Attached are my references. Thank you for listening to my presentation. And by the way, Professor, I'm probably one of the only students in the class who knew that that was Gordon Gekko. Thank you so much. This class has been very good.